Welcome back to The Advisor. If you have not yet liked and subscribed, please do so we can continue to provide you with people like we're about to introduce you to today. Debbie Adams has a podcast on our channel. She's been with us since 2023 and has gone through so much in her lifetime. She grew up with a deep love for books. And since all of her experiences and everything she's gone through. She's written three books: Unlocking the Code to Bliss, Divine Promises, and Straighten Your Crown. She's recently spoken at an event about resilience and has offered to provide that guidance and knowledge to the audience today. And I am so happy to have you back. It's really good to see you.
It is good to be back. I've had a lot of things going on, so I missed a couple of months here, but I am back. And I wanted to talk about when I went to Georgia to speak at a conference, and I talked about resilience. And ever since I became an author and wrote about all of my experiences, people would say, "Oh, you are very resilient." I didn't see that in myself. I just knew I survived whatever I was going through.
Mm,
And so when the topic of the conference was resilience, then I thought, okay, that's perfect for me. And so I went and talked about it, and then I realized I am that person. I am that resilient person. And the conference was so encouraging to everyone, me
right?
included. And I had a friend that went with me or met me there because she lives in Georgia, and she was blessed as well. And they and she's going my friend is going to have it every year, so next year, I'll probably be speaking as well. But for your audience um that doesn't know what resilience is,
Mm.
um i've got my I've got my notes on my phone still too.
Debbie, I just want to say you weren't around for 2 months because you went through a lot and you came back, and that's resilience.
Hmm.
You know, you
Exactly.
you went through a lot, and I think that defines it right there. But I'd love to hear your definition.
And what I talked about at the conference is resilience and boldness go together.
Right.
And boldness is all that means, it's refusing to be paralyzed by your situation, refusing to be paralyzed by fear. And so boldness is the key to take action in whatever situation that you need to do. And resilience is the action to keep going. Don't stop. Keep climbing that mountain till you get to the top. And we need, you need both resilience and boldness when you're, whatever situation you're going through. And you need you need to have someone that is supporting you, like your family or your friends, because we all go through something in our lives, oh, on a daily basis. It might
Yeah, we
not
need
be.
a mentor. We definitely need a
Yeah.
mentor. Someone that has been there, done that, we respect, we look up to, and they keep on us and they believe in us. And I think the boldness that you're talking about is potentially getting out of our heads and following our hearts, because when we're stuck in our mind, we're stuck in the emotion, which isn't really us. So you're in a situation, and correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes we get caught up in our minds, and that's what holds us back, is that fear, because our emotions, our body tricks us into thinking that things are a lot worse than they are, and that we're not going to
Hmm.
be able to survive if we move on, or if we end a relationship, or if we lose somebody. I don't know. You can name 1,000 situations, but it's about that trust, that undeniable trust in the
Hmm.
universe that things are going to work out.
Yeah, that is exactly right. And you mentioned fear, and fear is what holds a lot of people back. And fear has held me back in some instances, but then I came to my senses, or or God spoke to my heart really and told me, "Hey, wake up." But when you have fear, you're stuck.
Hmm.
You're not moving. And if you're not moving, you're not accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
And whatever you are in, whether you're being bold enough to get a new job or move to a different state, whatever, different circumstances, you can't let fear hold you down, because if it does, then your boldness is going to hit the floor.
What was
And
your situation like when you spoke? Were you nervous? Were you scared? Was there fear there? How did that go for you? And how would you recommend someone else do it? Because I could imagine that's resilient. I mean, you agreed to speak at a conference in front of people in person.
mhm.
I know for me, I get nervous in front of a large group of people, even though I speak all the time, but it's different when you're in person on a stage, right? So tell us what that was like.
Well, it was my second time there, because last year that was my first time, because I've only done podcasts, virtual like we're doing today at that time. And so I was a little nervous last year. And I had one of the other speakers told my publisher, was I had a publisher at that time. I don't anymore, but I did then. And this other speaker had told my publisher that I seemed really quiet and nervous before I got up to speak. But he said when I got up to speak, I got on fire.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, that was God. That was God, surrounding me, helping me, giving me the words that I needed to say. But this time when I went, I mean, it was a smaller audience because it was bad weather, of course. And but I wasn't as nervous. It's like, because I had done that before, and I love getting on stages and talking to people. And so if anyone in your audience needs a speaker to talk about faith or anything, I mean, I'm always up for it. And I will backtrack a little bit and tell you, when I grew up, I was quiet, I was shy, I was, I guess, what people call a nerd nowadays, somebody that has always has their head in a book. That was me. But as I guess the past 10 years, 5 to 10 years, I don't know what happened. But God showed me I had a voice. And
Mhm.
so now I don't mind, speaking like we're doing today. I don't mind getting on the stage. I mean, even my family is shocked. And, they talk about me, occasionally. It's like, what happened to you? You were so quiet and now you talk all the time. But I mean, you just, you just find your inner strength. And I think that's what happened to me. You find your inner strength. And then when it comes out, I mean, it will explode, blossom, whatever. And I think mine just exploded. Because even my husband says, you never shut up. But I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy trying to help other people. That's why I write books. And I love talking on podcasts or on stages, to help them see that whatever they're going through, they can become a better person. They can get through whatever situation they get through. And my main help comes from God. And even people that don't know God, they can still call out to him because, he is always there. And he created every one of us, no matter if we have invited him into our hearts or not. I mean, we are still his children.
Yeah, absolutely. So why does resilience matter and how do we build our resilience?
We have to start small. And I'm talking about small, like being bold. You don't just automatically, we just have all of this gigantic boldness to help you, accomplish something. But you have to, you have to start small. Start with being positive all the time, because a lot of people are very negative. Like you mentioned, at the beginning, you might get something in your head that puts fear in there. And you might have people around you that are giving you negative comments, like, oh, you can't do this, or you don't need to be doing this. And you have to just block that out, and you have to keep positivity in you. Surround yourself with people, your family, friends, church people, pastors that will give you the right advice to whatever you're going through. And then you just build it step by step, like you're building a house. And eventually you will get to the point to where you can, other people will see you as being very resilient because they will watch what you're going through day by day. Like people have, noticed me from all of my stories that I have told in my books about what I have went through. And yes, I have went through a lot. And I don't really think about it too much. But God was always there. I never had, in the beginning, maybe I had a little bit of fear, but I knew there was going to be a way out to whatever situation I was in.
I think one thing that you mentioned that's really important is community, is sharing your struggle. You mentioned sharing in the books and
Mm-hmm.
then sharing your struggles because when other people can relate to you, it really helps build your resilience because then you want to come back swinging, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. You come back even stronger. Just like you went through something, you wrote the book, and then other people are impacted by it. And that's a really great feeling. And that builds your resilience because you believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is, that's another step in the process. You have to believe in yourself. And, you have to, all of us have to believe in something or someone, you know, and whether you believe in God or not, you have to believe in someone, and you have to have faith in yourself and believe in yourself that you can do whatever you want to do. It's just like when God called me to be an author. I had to believe that I could do this with God's help, or I would have written the first book and I would have been done. And
Mm,
now, now I am in the process of writing book 4, and
beautiful.
it's going to go a little bit with resilience because it talks about, and I'm not going to give a title right now, but it talks about being in the wilderness, because I think sometimes when we're going through things, I know I've been there. It feels like you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel and you feel like you're in a wilderness. And God gave me that title for my next book for a reason. And so I've only got the introduction written, and the introduction is really good. But I believe that it is going to be a really, really good book. Because I mean, we all struggle with something. I mean, the way this world is going, I mean, nowadays you never know what's going to happen from day to day. And so, you know, I want to be able to encourage people, to help people, to find a reason to smile. Because you can go to the grocery store or Walmart or wherever and just watch people, and how many people are actually smiling. And they have to be going through something. And if you can go through something and be bold enough and resilient enough to know that you're going to get through it one way or the other, and there is going to be a light at the end of that tunnel.
Yeah, for sure. The darkest parts open the brightest doors, I feel. And you're a testament of that with all of your stories, and you keep pushing out this beautiful art in your writing. And like I said, it's impacting so many people. Can you let us know where people can find your writing?
My books are on Amazon and every online bookstore, and you can also purchase them on my website. I have links on my website, and my website is debbieadamsauthor.org. And I've got all my books on there, links to buy them at different places, and descriptions of my books. And I've also started a blog on there. So check out my blog as well when you're on there.
Beautiful. So, what is some last minute thoughts you'd like to say about resilience?
I would like to tell your audience that resilience is the key to finding happiness and peace and security in whatever they're going through. Because you might, whatever, I mean, it could be a number of situations that people could be going through. But as long as you keep, like my motto is say yes and keep marching forward. That's my motto. And as long as you keep doing that, I mean, you can tackle anything. And especially with God's help, I mean, He will help you tremendously. But just, you know, get that boldness in your heart, and use that resilience, keep marching forward, and you're going to come to the light at the end of that tunnel.
Thank you so much for being here today and for talking about this stuff. It was really, really awesome to see you.
It's good to be here.
Yes, and I hope you come back sooner this time.
Oh, yes, I will.
Awesome. And to our audience, please do not forget to like and subscribe to The Advisor and make sure to check out Debbie Adams' website, which you will see written in our show notes as well. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. It's Friday, and we have plenty of opportunity for resilience this weekend. Bye, everybody.